Welcome to County Report This Week. I'm Sonya Burke. Thank you for joining us. According to recent counts, there are more than 800 homeless people living in Montgomery County. For one day each year, Montgomery County and the city of Gaithersburg collaborate to provide information on all kinds of services available to the homeless and others in need. Susan Kennedy reports.
Hundreds of residents turned out for the 4th annual Homeless Resource Day at Borough Park in Gaithersburg. It's here folks can come get a haircut, get their nails done, and pick up a new winter jacket.
Put this on, you're good to go.
But that's not all. It's also an opportunity for the less fortunate to pair up with a navigator who will help them with their specific needs.
To broader things like advice on how perhaps to expunge a criminal record or how to get access to rental assistance, ongoing health care counseling, all of the things that clients need. Our goal is to persuade homeless clients to come in from outside and to avail themselves of the services that our generous county does offer.
One family made these.
Family from Rockville.
How many hats did they knit all together?
106. There you go.
Nice.
I like this.
They're stacked in set to 2, so you can have both pair.
Yes, ma'am.
There were more than 300 volunteers and 65 vendors represented at Homeless Resource Day. And for those without cars or money to get to the event, the Department of Transportation provided buses all day long.
We provide information to our shelters, and we help all of our clients get here, provide the transportation so that they can get to and from and be able to get all their needs met here in one day.
Clients like Regina, she found out she was eligible for a free phone. How's that going to help you?
It's going to help me a whole lot, communication-wise and making my appointments and stuff. I'm so excited.
Jonathan is living on the streets and was able to pick up a few items to help him get through the winter. Toiletries, boxers, and some new socks. He was full of gratitude.
And just to get the actual help, and they're offering all these services, they're giving you, codes and stuff, I just think it's a great opportunity.
I'm Craig Rice, the president of the Montgomery County Council. This is a triage. This is to give folks some of the supplies and things that they need until we can get them back on their feet. I'm very happy for the support of the city of Gaithersburg and all of our nonprofit and private partners that have all come together with the county to say, we're going to continue to make a difference when it comes to stamping out homelessness in this area.
In Gaithersburg, I'm Susan Kennedy for County Report This Week.
Approving a school calendar isn't usually a Board of Education vote that gets much attention. Except this year, that vote involved removing religious references to the dates that schools are closed. And that has proven to be a lightning rod of discussion in the community and nationwide. MyMC Media's Krista Brick joins us with more.
I'm in Aspen Hill at Argyle Middle School, where message boards like this one in the future will list school holidays as winter break or spring break instead of Christmas, Rosh Hashanah, and Easter, now that the school board has voted to remove any mention of religion from the school's calendars.
This does not in any way change whether or not we are going to be closed on Easter or Christmas or Yom Kippur. This is just about whether or not it's listed on the calendar.
The issue of listing a religious holiday on the school's calendar was brought up by members of the Muslim community, who were encouraging the Montgomery County school system to list the Muslim holiday, Eid al-Adha, as a day off for students. Instead of adding that Muslim holiday to the calendar, the board in a 7-1 vote opted to take all references to religion off the calendar.
This was not me trying to eliminate the celebration of anybody's religious holidays.
But it's a move that has drawn dozens of opinions, some expressed on MyMC Media's Facebook page and website.
I suppose in theory it's a good compromise, just to take off all the names of holidays so no one feels, left out or isolated, as long as the days are staying off.
To me, it's not a big deal as long as everyone's free to believe in what they believe in and celebrate the holidays they celebrate. That's fine.
I think it's great that they're going to be respectful for everyone's religions.
The decision has left members of the Muslim community defending its request to the school board and asking for clarification on the requirements for the board to grant a day off school.
We don't agree with the board's decision. We don't think it's just to punish other groups by removing religious references to their holidays in the school calendar in our quest to seek equality for the Muslim holidays. So it was really out of our hands.
Chaudhry said the school system has pledged to work on criteria that can be used to determine if requested holidays qualify in the future for a day off school. For County Report This Week, I'm Krista Brick.
For the 6th consecutive year, a Montgomery College professor has been selected as the Maryland Professor of the Year, awarded by the Carnegie Foundation for the Advancement of Teaching. Montgomery College's Fritzy Bodenheimer has our story.
So we have that going on, indirect, sudden, and strong.
Theater professor Kenyatta Rogers is the 2014 Maryland Professor of the Year, an honor that would not surprise his students.
He is a very hands-on teacher, and there are layers to his teaching style, I think. Talking to him and seeing him in class, I think he tailors his teaching student to student, which helps in an acting environment.
He nurtures that need to create, definitely, and he's been like my biggest inspiration since I came here. I transferred from Morgan.
Both in the classroom and as the coordinator and director of student theater productions, Professor Rogers is dedicated to a philosophy of teaching that really reaches the students.
If I practice what I preach, the idea that I'm living and breathing in real time, it forces me to believe in the fierce urgency of now. That the transaction between me and the person that's in front of me on stage or in the classroom is the most important thing at that time.
Your Honor, I cite. The student theatrical productions are always good opportunities for students to both act and direct.
We do a lot of planning behind the scenes. We work hard to make sure that the process is authentic, that the process has at its center students as well.
He's helped me grow not only as a theater student, but as a human being and as an individual.
The person I am today is largely in part to Kenyatta Rogers, and I can't not say that.
Those moments, those students, that make me realize this is more of a mission than a job.
For County Report this week from Montgomery College, I'm Fritzy Bodenheimer.
Mark your calendars. The inaugural ceremony for Montgomery County Executive Isaiah Leggett and the newly elected Montgomery County Council is scheduled for Monday, December 1st. The ceremony will take place at 11:15 in the morning at Richard Montgomery High School. County Cable Montgomery plans to broadcast the ceremony live. You can download the invitation for the inaugural ceremony and peruse a parking map on the county's website. For 10 days this month, Montgomery County Executive Ike Leggett is leading an economic development delegation on a visit to India. The delegation's mission is to boost the county's reach in biotech and other high-tech areas. The trip included stops at the India-U.S. Technology Summit in New Delhi. The executive also signed a sister cities agreement in the city of Hyderabad. The president of Montgomery College was also expected to sign a collaboration agreement between the Global Institute of Humanities at Montgomery College and Hindale Global University on this trip. This week, Councilmember Mark Elridge was a guest on the county's Spanish language radio show, Montgomery Today. Elridge talked about the newly signed Ban the Box legislation, which he sponsored, and he stressed his concerns about the future of a rapid transit system with the political change of guard in Annapolis. The councilmember believes the county needs to take a closer look at its priorities.
And the state's response was, you have $20 billion in priorities. What's your real priority? Because we all know there's no money at the state to fund everything. So if you ask me what my priorities are, we have 3 areas where we have potential for lots of economic development. One is the science corridor in Shady Grove, the life sciences around Gaithersburg and Shady Grove. We have the 355 corridor around White Flint. And we have potential, remains to be seen how much potential, over in White Oak.
Okay.
And we need to connect those 3 things.
To see the entire show, visit the county's YouTube channel. Gaithersburg Mayor Judd Ashman proclaimed November 17th as Sidney Katz Day in Gaithersburg. The proclamation took place at an open house and reception at the Activity Center at Boyer Park in honor of Katz, the city of Gaithersburg's former mayor who recently resigned after being elected to the Montgomery County Council. There was a big crowd for this event, including local and state officials, dozens of city staffers and former staffers, and Gaithersburg residents. Katz was celebrated for his 38 years of service. He served as mayor since 1999. He'll be sworn in as the new District 3 County Council member on December 1st. Coming up on County Report this week, The mayor of Rockville testifies at a hearing about the need for more school construction dollars. And we'll have some holiday recycling tips for you. Stay with us. County Report This Week is coming right back.
Hey, mister, down here. You illegally passed the stop school bus. I'm placing you in timeout, and this timeout means big fines, plus you really could have hurt somebody. That's why school buses are being equipped with video cameras to help kids like me stay safe, so respect the bus.
Did you know there are more than 10,000 county government phone numbers? But there's only one number you need to remember for non-emergency calls, 311. MC311 is Montgomery County government's online telephone information system. Need information? Have a problem or complaint? Trying to locate a county government facility? Call 311. The call center is open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. The website is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Welcome back to County Report This Week. I'm Sonya Burke. The Rockville mayor and council testified at a recent Board of Education meeting, making it known that Montgomery County Public Schools' capital projects that alleviate school overcrowding in Rockville and throughout the county is Rockville's #1 legislative priority. Rockville 11 has the story.
Concerns and issues. The council and I have made joining you and the county in advocating for increased school construction funding our #1 legislative priority.
Rockville Mayor Bridget Newton and Councilmember Julie Polakovich-Carr testified on behalf of the Rockville City Council, advocating for additional Montgomery County Public Schools construction funds that are urgently needed to address the enrollment growth in the public school system.
The Mayor and Council of Rockville once again made advocating for school construction funding at the state level a #1 priority. We're looking forward to working with the county and MCPS to see that we get our fair share in Annapolis, and really hoping that this year we can bring home enough money to the county to affect the change we need in our schools. We have so many clusters that are in dire need, not just Rockville, not just Richard Montgomery. Everybody needs help.
The mayor and council are advocating on behalf of Rockville citizens to improve the quality of life for students, teachers, and parents in school communities in the city and the county.
Well, the city definitely wants to be a good partner with the Board of Education and with MCPS. We realize that funding is always a constraint in terms of getting these projects done, and part of that has to do with the shortage of state funds. So we definitely want to be a willing and able partner in terms of working with MCPS and the Board of Education and the County Council and County Executive to advocate at the state level to get more funding for these school projects.
If you'd like to watch the meeting in its entirety, go online to montgomeryschoolsmaryland.org/BOE/meetings and select November 12th Facilities and Boundaries hearing. For County Report This Week, I'm Morgan Lash.
With the holidays around the corner, the county's Department of Environmental Protection is asking all residents to remember to recycle as much as they can. Lorna Virgili tells us how we can pitch into the blue bins.
County residents are reminded to reduce, reuse, and recycle during the holiday season.
We have a goal in Montgomery County to reduce waste and recycle 70% of all waste generated by 2020. And thanks to all the great efforts of everyone living and working in Montgomery County, we are actually #1 in the state of Maryland for the second year in a row. We have a waste diversion rate of 60%, and that's phenomenal. But we need people's help. We need people to reduce waste and recycle everything that they can recycle.
Officials are asking that residents make an extra effort in recycling.
As you're doing your entertaining, as you're wrapping your gifts, please be sure to recycle every single thing that can be recycled here in Montgomery County.
Holiday cooking can generate many types of bottles, jars, cans, and containers that can be either recycled or reused for storing leftovers.
There are things that folks can do to cut down on the amount of waste that they create. For example, thinking ahead and buying in bulk is always a very, very good practice. The other thing is, if you are cooking for guests and having a party, save the leftovers. Send leftovers home in reusable containers so that your guests can continue to enjoy all the things that you've cooked and made.
And there's more mixed paper sales advertising and unwanted mail. Recycle it or register on a do not mail list by visiting catalogchoice.org. When wrapping, use decorative bags to avoid boxes and paper. Also, while shopping, do not forget to take reusable bags that eliminate waste and also save you from paying 5 cents per bag. And lastly, do not forget to recycle the Christmas tree and to continue recycling throughout the year. For more information, visit montgomerycountymd.gov/recycling. In Rockville, for County Report This Week, I'm Lorna Virgili.
Did you know that cooking fires are the #1 cause of home fires and injuries at this time of year? Joining us with some important tips to remember when cooking in the kitchen this holiday season is Fire Rescue's Pete Paringer. Pete?
Hi. Well, the holiday seasons are here, and cooking is the #1 cause of fire. You know, if you take a little time to plan ahead of time, it will go a long way in creating a safe and happy holiday season. Now, what you need to do is, first and foremost, is just create that circle of safety around you when you're in the kitchen. Be mindful of pets and children and things of that nature. Keep the combustibles away from a heating surface. Hopefully you'll keep the cleaning surface or the heating surface clean while you're cooking. But again, if you plan ahead of time, plan things out, take your time, stay focused on what you're doing. You know, the #1 cause of fire in Montgomery County and nationally is unattended cooking. So when people start to cook, they leave the food unattended, they go away, they answer the phone or take care of the kids or whatever. That's when you run into some problems. So again, keep an eye on the food. Never leave anything cooking on the stovetop and leave the room. So again, a little bit of planning, create that circle of safety, and you can have a happy and holiday season.
Thank you so much for the information, Pete. I hope you have a happy Thanksgiving.
Thanks, and remember to check your smoke alarms.
Coming up next on County Report This Week, a new center to serve the growing needs of the Ethiopian population.
And the Saturday School celebrates 28 years of service. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
You're invited to Montgomery County's premier social event, the 29th Annual Executives Ball Inauguration 2014, celebrating the arts and a county in bloom. Monday, December 1st at the North Bethesda Marriott. Spend an elegant evening with the political stars that make Montgomery County the greatest place to live. RSVP and purchase raffle tickets online for your chance to win a Prius. Attendance not required to win. All proceeds benefit arts and humanities organizations. We'll see you on December 1st.
Welcome back to County Report This Week. I'm Sonya Burke. Ethiopians and Ethiopian Americans now have a new place in Silver Spring to promote cultural heritage, traditions, and to learn more about county services and programs. My MC Media's Alini Barros joins us with more.
I'm in Silver Spring at the Ethiopian Community Center in Maryland. The new center will offer guidance and information about Montgomery County services to the growing Ethiopian population.
It's a 700 square foot room, small to some, but significant to others who are learning to navigate the United States educational and health system. Ethiopians in Maryland can find help and advice at the Ethiopian Community Center on Fenton Street in Silver Spring.
When newcomers, whenever they come to this country, it's not easy. You come blind, you don't know where to go. It is always helpful to come to the center.
The office opened back in September, and visitors can find information about housing, immigration, and employment.
Currently, we are providing them the necessary information. Like we are giving them the link where to go and where to find such kind of services.
This volunteer heard about the center through a friend. He's a soccer player and coach. He plans to offer soccer classes through the center.
We are out there working, try to make ends meet and make our life better sometimes we may not give a chance to give attention to our kids. So this community center, this type, is absolutely necessary for Ethiopia, especially for first immigrants.
According to the latest census, Ethiopians make up the largest proportion of African immigrants in the county. In fact, in 2010, 6% of the county's residents were born in Africa.
We are relatively new. There are other community centers that have been around for more than 30 years, but we have been trying to let the community know that we are here.
For more information, visit the center's website. For County Report this week, I'm Eleni Barros.
The City of Takoma Park's Recreation Department recently celebrated the reopening of the popular Teen Lounge. The newly renovated room includes a larger space, new furniture, access to some of the latest technology, and new teen programs for the area's young people.
The way that the room was configured before, it was sort of choppy. So we wanted to open up the space a little bit, and the new space, we wanted to make sure that it was multifunctional, it was fun, it was bright, and it contained all of the technology that young people needed to actually develop and learn, and just a place to have fun.
They loved it. The kids came in screaming, oh my gosh. Some of them said the room is bigger than their house. They love the TVs, they love the new furniture, they love the colors, that it wasn't the old purple and green that we used to have. So we've received great feedback.
The celebration for the newly renovated rec space included free food, raffle giveaways, games, and a DJ.
There's some cool stuff here. It looks better, like way better, like high tech. The flat screen bigger than my room.
There's a lot of colors.
There's more space.
It's creative, it's better, louder.
It's savage, like just nice colorway, better with the TVs, more organized.
We actually have several programs coming up. We have a modeling class in the winter. We have a dance program. It's how to get a job 101, basically doing interview processes, resume writing, mock interviews with them. We use this room as well for arts and crafts. Some of these kids, like their parents aren't at home after school, and so it's like not a daycare program, but somewhere where they can hang out and be in a safe environment with their friends. We don't want to exclude anybody. It's free and open to everyone as long as they just come in and sign in, just so we can have a record of it.
We'll be able to have multiple events taking place at one time in this space, and it's just an overall better space for the young people.
We have a bunch of new programs coming up. We have new staff, and this new room, like it's so much more spacious than it was before. So come on through.
Giving young students the extra help they need was a cause for celebration at the George B. Thomas Learning Academy Awards, held recently at the universities at Shady Grove. MCPS TV has that story.
The George B. Thomas Learning Academy, also known as Saturday School, celebrated its 28th anniversary of tutoring and mentoring students this past week at a dinner awards ceremony held at the University of Maryland Shady Grove campus.
The mission is to prepare our students for college and career readiness, mastery of reading, language arts, and math, but also our overall arching goal is to helping to close the achievement gap.
Founder and President George B. Thomas says the program addresses the needs of all students.
We go for mastery in the basics, mastery in reading, math, language arts, and that's what parents want.
Currently serving more than 3,000 students, MCPS Chief Operating Officer Larry Bowers talks about how the program has been able to maintain its longevity.
Well, if you know George Thomas and his passion and commitment and gaining the support of just hundreds of people, you know that that kind of leadership is critical to making a program like this success.
MCPS Superintendent Josh Starr talks about why it's so important for families to have Saturday school as an option for learning.
We have to work in partnership. Nobody can do it alone. No family can do it alone. No teacher can do it alone, and no district. And, we just really appreciate the support that George B. Thomas and his team give us, and we need more of these kinds of partnerships. And, they're really the model for what's possible when people come together and figure out how to serve our kids.
It has really made a difference in how our students perform. We've studied the impact of how the students
students do that go through the program, and it definitely makes a significant difference in their academic performance.
Keynote speaker Marian Wright Edelman, an American activist for the rights of children and founder and president of the Children's Defense Fund, called upon educational institutions to provide equity for all children.
But Montgomery County has shown what can be done, and you must continue to do that, and having the supports on Saturdays is very important.
You can get more information on the George B. Thomas's Learning Academy at SaturdaySchool.org. When we come back, we'll take you to the Corporate Volunteer Council of Montgomery County's annual luncheon and award ceremony. And you can meet our pets of the week. Stay with us. County Report This Week is coming right back.
The Montgomery College men's soccer team just finished a terrific season. The Raptors went 19-3-1, claimed their third straight Region 20 and Maryland JUCO titles, and finished fifth in the country at the just completed National Championship Tournament, where Raptors forward Jonathan Barron was named to the All-National Tournament team. Now is the perfect time to register for winter session and spring semester classes at Montgomery College. Choose courses for more than 130 majors and programs offered at our campus locations and online. Register today online or at any of our 3 campuses. With the winter weather upon us, don't forget to sign up for MC Alert. Receive college closing, delay, and emergency information via text message and email. The service also sends important information about Montgomery County weather and traffic events.
Welcome back to County Report This Week. I'm Sonya Burke. There was a great turnout for the Corporate Volunteer Council of Montgomery County's annual luncheon and awards ceremony in North Bethesda. And the focus at this event was on partnerships and volunteers.
This is our biggest event of the year, where we recognize 3 member companies, 1 small, 1 medium, and 1 large.
There was a record turnout for the Corporate Volunteer Council of Montgomery County's annual awards luncheon at the North Bethesda Marriott. In the crowd were business leaders, Montgomery County officials, and dozens of volunteers.
The CVC has been an amazing opportunity for me to get involved and give back to the community and to help connect organizations and companies that want to connect with nonprofits.
Montgomery County is a very giving community, but the CVC makes it an even better place than it would be without it.
Each of you will touch people through your time, your talent, or your treasure. And it all matters. It is all what makes this county, the county that I grew up in, one of the best places to live, not only just in the United States, but in the world.
Keynote speakers at this event included Rebecca Wang of Hewlett-Packard and B. Bacalandro of Vero Works. Awards were presented to 3 companies for their outstanding commitment to serving the community through volunteerism. DeLeon and Stang, Honest Tea, and Enterprise Holdings were honored at the ceremony. The Andrea Jolly President's Award was presented to attorney Will Schroeder of Schulman Rogers for his extraordinary service.
It's very cool to be here today, and as I said, I'm humbled because I really feel like I got more out of the CVC than I put in.
You can find out more information about the CVC by visiting its website. For County Report This Week, I'm Sonya Burke. Now let's meet our pets of the week. Here's Kathy Stanhope from the Humane Society. Kathy?
Hi, this week your pets of the week are Bob and Sasha. They are 2 brother and sisters from the same litter, and they do not have to be adopted together. I'm just showing you both together because they look alike. But Bob with the gold collar here and Sasha without the collar, they've both been spayed and neutered. They are ready to go home anytime. Come on down to the shelter on Goody Drive in Rockville, or give us a call at 240-252-2555, or visit Bob and Sasha on the web at mchumane.org.
With that, we close this edition of County Report This Week. Remember to like us on Facebook and to join us again at this time every week for a look at what's going on inside Montgomery County. And now we leave you with some beautiful images of the Maryland Soccerplex and Discovery Sports Center in Upper Montgomery County. I'm Sonya Burke. Thank you for watching.